If you're curious about God, you first might start by asking some basic questions. One of the most common questions is, if God is real, why did He create humans? Hey, my name's Rylee, and perhaps the most basic reason is because He wanted someone to love. I know, it sounds a little crazy. See, we all have this hole in our hearts, and we try and fill it. Many fill it with different things, whether that's spouses or drugs, money, love, the list goes on. And while God didn't have a hole in His heart, He did have a desire to share His love with people that would want to choose Him. And He wanted us to experience this love and share it. In Ephesians 1, it says that He chose us in Him before the creation to be blameless in His sight. In love, He predestined us for adoption. He created us to be a part of His family and to share in His image so that we could showcase His attributes, such as love and creativity. Once we experienced this, He wanted us to share the wonderful experience to others so that He could build relationships with each and every one of us. See, we weren't only created for relationship, but to give God glory. Not only did He seek a connection to us, but He wanted us to be grateful for it and worship Him. That can kind of sound like God has an ego to feed. But remember, God doesn't need our worship. It just so happens that worshiping and glorifying Him brings us purpose and meaning to our lives. Acts 17 shares that God doesn't live in temples built by human hands, nor is He served by them, as if He needed anything. The writer then goes on to say that He made man to inhabit the earth, seek Him, and perhaps reach out to find Him, though He is not far from any one of us. For in Him we live and move and have our being. So why did God create humans? Because He wanted to love us, to share His goodness with us, and to bring us into relationship with Him. When we choose to participate in that relationship, we gain far more than just answers to life's questions. We gain an eternal purpose. Many of you may be in this boat. You may be asking yourself the question, what's the purpose of life? Why am I here? Why is it important? Living a life for God and worshiping and all this stuff can sound like it is just such work. How could those things even bring about an excitement to life? I know that serving Jesus may sound like that, but that's not the case. It's quite the opposite. And in fact, my guess is that Satan wants you to think that. He wants you to think that Christianity is all about the rules, all about the things you have to follow, not getting to have fun and participating in boring church. The truth is, you just have to do it right. When I read the Word, I realize that there's a God who loves me, cares for me, and wants a relationship with me. That alone gives me so much purpose and excitement for life, not to mention the amazing people that are in the community. Yeah, you have your bad apples. Every once in a while, there'll be terrible things that come out about the church or even people in the church. People are mean, but to be honest with you, people are mean in life too. And I'd much rather be in a church that loves the Lord, that comes together, that has great community, and risk being hurt. Because in the end, you have to remember that people aren't God. And just because they hurt you or are mean to you doesn't mean that that's God. It sure can leave a bad taste in our mouth for sure. But in the end, I think you'll realize that there's bad apples everywhere. There's nothing more that Satan would love to do than to discourage you, to make you think that following Jesus is a drag, that going to church is a terrible place because it's boring and filled with people that hate you all the time. The thing is he's scared of it. And maybe you are too, but that's okay. I want to let you know that there are people in the church that love you. That doesn't mean that we can continue to live in sin, but that we can let the Holy Spirit change us and make us into people who are more like Jesus. Your purpose in life is relationship with God, and I beg you, implore you to come and try Him out. What's the worst that can happen? You find nothing and you leave? Then you're back in the same spot you were before, but at least you tried something. My hope and prayer is that if you really dive in deep, that you'll find Jesus, who loves you and cares for you, who can give you purpose and excitement for life. Take the leap and jump in. If this video encouraged you, hit the like button, leave a comment, and let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next one.